MOM Radio and Pipe Bomb Radio present Not Your Mama's Radio Show with your hosts, former WWE superstars Oscar, Sir Mo, and Dreamy Mimi.
Welcome, everybody, to Not Your Mama's Radio Show. Here is your host, Oscar.
Hey, what's up, man?
How you doing?
I'm all right. How you doing?
It's been a busy week.
Well, how so?
I actually, with school and gym and well, everything in between, it kind of... Well, it takes time. It takes time and a lot of patience.
Well, we have been monitoring your progress, and you have a lot to be proud of. Stay on course. I wish I had the discipline. I'm going to have to find some somewhere myself, I know, but you are an example to us all.
Well, thanks. I appreciate that. I definitely, you have those moments when you wonder if you have anything left to give, and you find out you have a lot more than you thought.
Yeah, well, that was going to make it all worthwhile when you're fitting that, when you have that 32 waist.
There you go. That's definitely a goal I'm looking towards.
Breaking national news. I want to break in a report. Harrison Ford, famous for the Indiana Jones series, Han Solo, Star Wars, Blade Runner, was involved in a pretty serious plane crash just about an hour ago or so out here. I'm out here in Southern California with you, Felix, but out here.
Yeah, I heard. I seen something about that. I thought it said something that he died or something. I'm like, wow.
No, he didn't die. They say he's seriously injured. Reports said that he was stable when he went to the Reagan Hospital. He was stable, awoke, alert, and all like that, but they say that his injuries were serious. He was flying one of those old school, like World War I or World War II planes, single engine plane. He was trying to make it back to the airport after engine failure, but he landed on the fairway of a golf course where the plane crashed. The plane, I'm looking at it right now, actually looks in pretty good shape. But, yeah, he suffered some pretty bad injuries, so we're waiting for an update on his condition.
And, he's 72 years old. You gotta be careful, too. As you get older, you're not able to recoup as fast, and the littlest things can do the most harm.
No, absolutely. And from what I understand, he got a lot to do. I don't know if he finished filming. He's supposed to be in a new Star Wars movie. From what I understand, they were supposed to make another Indiana Jones movie. I don't know whether he finished those projects or anything like that, but if not, those projects will suffer without his presence because Han Solo was really instrumental in the very first Star Wars movie and the second, and he made those movies great.
Oh yeah, he did. Yeah, he did. No doubt about that. I've definitely been a fan of those Indiana Jones movies, and I actually enjoyed him. And not many people talk about this particular film, but I really, really enjoyed Air Force One when he played the president. against Gary Oldman, the Russian spy.
Air Force One is one of my cult favorite movies. Yeah, he played a very good president, and he also played Jack Ryan, and he had a whole series of Jack Ryan movies. But yeah, no, the president in Air Force One, yeah, he took on the bad guys, and I mean, you had the guy that played the Wishmaster. He was one of the terrorists. You know, he had a fight with him. Gary Oldman played that accent. He played that accent to a T. But Gary Oldman is great anyway.
Yeah, he is.
So, our best wishes go out.
How have you been enjoying? Have you been enjoying the California weather? Being out here, you and Mimi.
It is. Mimi left to go back to Chicago this morning. Poor thing.
Oh, okay.
But I have had the best 2 weeks. This weather has been great. You know, the experience has been great. We've been doing a lot out here, but to get out of that god-awful cold weather, and I'm actually headed to Boston tomorrow, and just the thought of it is so depressing. Yeah, just the thought of it is so depressing. But for you Boston fans out there, it is time. Pro Wrestling Marathon weekend coming up this weekend. I can't wait to get with the Boston fans, and I am going to be one of the people on the Colt Cabana live podcast, audience-driven podcast on the 7th on Saturday. I'm going to have a good time with Colt Cabana. And from what I understand, he want to do a rap battle, too. I don't know what drugs everybody's smoking, so when they want to do a rap battle, every time I go somewhere, bro, okay.
Are you kidding? Austin's still waiting for round 2.
Oh, God, man. Him at a rest.
Yeah, that's pretty funny. Yeah, that's pretty funny. He always talks about it, and you know, he says he's Eminem's right-hand guy, so he's going to put you to shame in round 2 and all this stuff. You know, that's awesome.
He's Eminem's right-hand guy.
Yeah, he's as cool as ice. He's as cool as Vanilla Ice too. He says.
Yeah, he's cool as Vanilla Ice. Okay, well, if he's cool as Vanilla Ice, if Vanilla Ice couldn't rap worth a damn, he better stick with his Eminem reference.
Yes, I remember those days.
Stop, collaborate, and listen. Oh, get the hell out of here. Him and MC Hammer made all that money rapping and couldn't rap their way out of it. They couldn't rap a Christmas present on a Christmas. Oh, man, the irony of the world.
Yeah. It is a crazy world out there.
Nah, you're right, it is, but that's all right. That's okay. But yeah, to recap our time in LA, it was good hanging out with your man, the Lucha Underground, and seeing Vince Russo, and I can't wait for that episode to come on. See, by the time that episode come on, people not even gonna recognize you, but that's gonna be like the before and after shot. They're going to see you be like before, and then they're going to see you, you're going to be 70 pounds lighter, and they're going to be like, get the hell out of Philly. Yeah, ain't you?
That's where I'm working towards, man. I've already lost almost, I'm almost close to 40 pounds lost, almost. Not there yet.
That is truly incredible, Chief. That is great. We are looking at, your stats on Facebook. We pulling for you, and it's a good thing when you got the intestinal fortitude to keep at it the way. Because a lot of us, we quit the first week.
Well, that's how I was. I mean, but I had to come to the realization if there was anybody who was going to make this change happen, and I had to get out of my own way. I had to get out of my own way, get out of my own head, and just do it.
That is a testament and a testimony, for big people within the sound of your voice and all the ones that you interact with. That is a true inspiration, because I'm inspired. I haven't done anything about it yet, but I'm inspired. They're like, you know what? I'm big. I'm way bigger than I need to be. And, if Phillips can do it, then that, that let us all know that, for health reasons above everything else, and just to feel better, because it's bad when you get up and go to the bath from the bedroom to the bathroom and you feel like you done ran a mile. It's not a good feeling.
I understand that, and I was right there with you. I mean, I know I went grocery shopping before I started this whole journey, and I took my nieces with me, and I was pushing them in the cart all around the store, and by the time I got out of the store, I was huffing and puffing so hard, my shirt was drenched in sweat, and I just didn't feel like walking anymore, and like, God almighty, it was that bad.
Yeah, well, I'm the type of person, it's hard for me to feel bad, embarrassed, or ashamed. When I go to the grocery store, I'm going to hop on one of them electronic carts in a minute. They're fun to drive, but that's not the reason. Walking around the store is a challenge. Mimi doesn't even let me go to the store no more because she was like, I'm not going to walk around with you. Okay, I'm not going to walk around with you looking like no old man. You stay in the car. I ain't seen the inside of a Walmart in 2 years.
Oh, my goodness.
I was not
so she does all the shopping
at
Walmart, huh?
Yeah, I was not allowed to go to the store because she don't want me to get one of them electric carts calling herself shopping with her.
Well, I just want to let you know, too, that our guest of honor, the one and only former WWE referee and author, Mr. Jimmy Korderas, is calling in now. Should I go ahead and bring him on and let's have a fun conversation? Jimmy's the best.
All right, let's talk to Jimmy Korderas.
All righty. Jimmy, how you doing?
I'm doing great. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, absolutely.
Awesome. How are you guys?
Doing good, good.
Yeah, we doing great. We talking we're out here right now in Southern California where the weather couldn't be any better. So all the people that are sound of our voice was cold outside. All I can say is,
Yeah, I'm one of those people. Way to rub it in. It's freezing up here in Canada.
Yeah, it is. I'm going to jump right in. Now, my first question, so we can kind of get this out the way, if you don't mind talking about, you have had, the reason why you're up in Canada doing the things you're doing and that you are so well-loved, respected, and liked in the wrestling business, you have had, as a referee, almost a Hulk Hogan-type career with triumph and with tragedy and just being involved in some of the most prolific moments in wrestling history. But the very first one that come to mind is the tragedy of one of my bestest buddies in the wrestling business, Owen Hart. I mean, you were right in the middle, in the thick of that. So if you don't mind, first thing, take us back to that night and what happened.
It was a tough night. I mean, obviously, as you said, Owen was a really good guy. You'd be hard pressed. I don't think anybody in the world you can find to say anything negative about Owen. He was that good a guy. That night in Kansas City, it's really, trying to put it into words can never do it justice. How much pain everybody was in and how terrible the situation was. It was just from my standpoint, I obviously didn't see any of it. It just happened, everything so quick, and I didn't actually find out real details until the next day. And as I wrote about in my book, I thought, writing about it would make it easier and kind of ease some of the bad memories and the pain. And I guess it helped to a degree, but not really. It's something that's kind of and like I tell people all the time, the next day we traveled to St. Louis, and I still don't remember leaving Kansas City, how we got to St. Louis, any of that. It was just like, it's almost like it wasn't real, but it was at the same time horrible, if that kind of makes sense.
No, it makes all the sense in the world. I mean, for those of us that had been out the game for a while but worked with Owen, when we found out later, I mean, it was a shock. I mean, he was so young and full of life, and, he had his son at that time that looked just like him. He used to wear his hat, his cap on backwards walking around with his father everywhere. I mean, it's just hard. Now, is it true that he was coming down when he was falling? You were in the ring and he almost hit you.
Yeah. Apparently, what happened was right before that match, they started playing. There was a hardcore match. I believe Al Snow was in it, and I want to say Bob Hartley, but I'm not sure. But there was like broken tables and there was some debris in the ring. So as they were playing a promo on the screen on the Titantron, we were scrambling around trying to clean some of the stuff out of the ring. And I had my hand on the top rope, and it was really weird. Like in less than a second, the rope had snapped out of my hand and kind of back and hit me. And at the same time, I felt something brush against the side of my head, and I thought somebody threw something. That's what I thought. So my first reaction was to duck, thinking either somebody threw something or maybe even the top rope broke, which can happen. And as I turned around, that's when I noticed Owen was in the ring and motionless, and I called to him a few times, and there was no response, and that's when I kind of freaked out, calling for help. But the next day, it wasn't until I was talking to Jerry Lawler, who told me that he just kind of caught Owen falling like the last 15 or 20 feet of his fall, and his first reaction was, oh my God, he's going to fall on the referee. And apparently that what I felt on my head was Owen brushing by. I was that close to...
Wow. And, it's hard to even ask these kinds of questions. So, what was the aftermath? What happened right after? The paramedics came, and who was the first one on the scene? Did you tend to him? Were you the first one to tend to him and realize he was unresponsive?
Well, like I said, yeah, I called out a couple of times, and there was no response, and that's when I kind of started, I guess, screaming at anybody who at the timekeeper's table for some help, and a whole swarm of people came out back. I know paramedics came out. I know I don't remember the doctor who was there that night. He came out. Everybody and immediately started working to revive him. And the only thing I remember is them, last thing is putting him on a stretcher and wheeling him out back, and just people crying and holding on to each other, and it was just a terrible scene. Terrible.
No. All right. Well, we're not gonna spend a lot of time on this. It's just, a lot of people listening. You were there at wrestling's greatest in-ring tragedy of all time. So, but God bless, all the Hart family, and I want to thank Owen. Owen did a lot for me. Owen was training me and teaching me to be a manager and helping me work out, and we spent a lot of time together. I got a lot of advice from Brett. I got nothing but respect for Bruce and all the Hart family, Diana, all the Hart family. So, I'm sorry that that's a tragedy that you had to witness and live with, and, God bless you to get through that.
Well, thank you.
On a lighter note, so Jimmy Hart knocked the hell out of you with that bullhorn, huh?
Oh, WrestleMania 4 with the megaphone. That's a little bit of a urban myth. What happened was when he swung the megaphone, and of course it's WrestleMania, and you guys know when it's WrestleMania, you want everything to look really good. Yeah. I wanted to really bump good for Jimmy, and when I took the face plant, I hit my chin on the canvas, and I guess it hit the right spot because it knocked me out. I was like, seeing stars. I was completely out. So the story got out that it was Jimmy Hart who knocked me out with the megaphone, and I let it go for a while because especially at that time you didn't want to break kayfabe, right? You know what I mean? So I kind of let Jimmy take the rap for it, but he didn't do it. I did it to myself.
Oh, you did it to yourself?
Yeah.
Because I'm picturing he was like, "I'm Jimmy Hart, bitch," and hit you.
Yeah, I know, but I kind of let it play out. I didn't want to give away the illusion, so to speak. I did it. I knocked myself out, kind of trying too hard to.
All right, well, I don't pretend you didn't say that because the better sounding story is Jimmy Hart hit me.
Yeah, that sounds better, but I'm not going to lie to you guys.
No, I'm lying for you.
Oh,
Jimmy Hart hit Jimmy Korderas.
Yeah.
Jesus, we trying to make some money here.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Jimmy knocked me out. I owe him one.
There you go. That's right. Play along.
Yeah.
All right. So, besides that, in your refereeing days in WWF, what would you say are some of your highlight moments?
Oh man, so many. I mean.
Yeah, that's why I asked. I know.
Yeah, but picking one out right off the top of my head. Everything is geared WrestleMania. WrestleMania is like our Super Bowl, and just having the honor of being in the ring with like the Undertaker in the main event of a WrestleMania at WrestleMania 24, gotta be the number one, highlight moment of my career. Just an amazing moment. Again, like you said, there were so many moments getting to work with so many people, different eras. It's just it's so incredible. And I think back sometimes about it, and I said, man, I was blessed to be involved with so many different, major superstars and a lot of good people too. Obviously in all walks of life, you're going to find people who, you get along with well. Sometimes you don't, but for the most part, everybody I've run into in the wrestling business have treated me well. And one of the guys is the Undertaker, who I have the utmost respect for, and like I said, having the honor to referee one of his matches at WrestleMania, man, that tops it.
Now, how many years in total did you referee up there in Connecticut?
How many years?
Yeah.
Well, I actually started up when Jack Tunney was president of the WWF way back in the day.
Didn't you just have to love Jack? Wasn't he like the best? He was the funniest, greatest spirited guy that I knew. Jack Tunney, I could be down and out and depressed, and I'll see Jack Tunney, and Jack would say something to make me forget what the hell I was mad at.
He just had that presence about him. There was just that way about him where he could just make people feel good. It was really cool. And he was the guy who actually got me, hired me and got me started. And after about a year and a half, I started refereeing in, I want to say either February of 1987 until I left in like April of 2000. So I'm trying to do the math here.
What about 2009?
22 years, roughly.
Wow. And speaking again about Jack had the best job. I'm not just in wrestling, period. Jack would get paid. He didn't have nothing to do. Every now and then he had to get on TV and be like, Brett, you will face Lex Luger at SummerSlam. This is Jack Tunney, I'm the president. I mean, that's all he had to do. And he didn't even have to do that every week. And he should be there and get paid. I want to be the president of WWE.
There would have been, there was a long lineup for people who would have loved to have been president back then.
You say, and then right, the guy who wait a minute, now I'm thinking about that. The guy who had an even better job was this right-hand man Red. That guy was there all the time. I'm sure he was getting a check. Red didn't have to do nothing.
Well, he had to find the occasional one-man gang or something like that, but that was about it.
Oh yeah, that was it. I mean, man, talk about talk about good fortune. So, all right, you got more. I mean, 22 years, and you've been involved in some of the more. You've been involved in more pivotal moments in wrestling than like Hulk Hogan. So, tell us some more stories.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what. I'll tell you the story about the first time. You talked about 1987 when my first year refereeing, and the first time I got to work TV was in 1987, and I remember it was in Glens Falls, New York, and that you guys remember back then it was 3 weeks worth of taping in one night. One night would be Superstars, the next night would be Challenge, and you do 3 weeks of TV plus other stuff. So that, there were like four and a half hour taping nights. So this was in Glens Falls, New York, and we're in the third hour, and Pat comes up to me and says, Jim, I can't do a Pat Patterson accent, but anyway, he says, I want you to get with One Man Gang. You're doing his match in the third hour. I said, okay, and just listen. He'll tell you what he wants. I go, okay, so I went up there and I talked to him. I said, Gang, I'm refereeing your match, and Pat told me to get with you, and I said, all right. I'm going to hit my finish on the guy, and back then it was all enhanced talent. There were very few so-called competitive matches, let's just say. And he says, I'll hit my finish. You count three, raise my hand. He says, I'll push you out of the way, hit my finish on him again, and says, get in my face, give me all kinds of heck, and then I'm going to hook you and give you my finish. Now, at this point, I had never taken a bump. Or, you know what I mean? I'm still greener than anything, and the only thing I could say to him was, okay. And now I'm nervous as all hell. I don't know what's going on anymore. I'm thinking, what do I do? I've never taken, I've done stuff like setting up the ring, when you kind of, mess around and do that kind of stuff, but I've never actually formally taken a bump. And now he wants to give me that front face suplex, that 747 slam. So I go, okay. So we get in the ring, and me being so nervous, I forgot to watch the timekeeper to get the cue to go home. So he, all through it, Gang just, anyways, went to the finish, and we got to the thing, and he hooks me, he gives me the spot, and I take the bump, and again, nobody tells me anything except I think to myself, I'm just going to lay here and not move until somebody comes to get me. And then they finally came to get me, and Pat came, they dragged me out, they carried me to the back, and Pat said, you okay? And, you've got that adrenaline rush now. You've just taken your first bump, and, your blood is pumping, you're feeling like, wow, I just took my first bump. I'm hurting a little bit, but at the same time, I'm feeling good. And he says, you okay? And I said, yeah. He says, you sure you're okay? I said, yeah, Pat, I'm okay. He says, okay, good. It was kind of like a little test. He was testing me, and I guess I passed, which was, and from there, I guess everything was gravy, so to speak.
Well, okay. Hang on 1 second, Jimmy. Don't go nowhere. Say, Mo, is that you?
Say what?
I thought Mo joined us.
Oh, no. He's not on yet. I'll let you know if he calls in.
I'm getting a little worried. I've been calling that guy. Where the hell is Sonny? Where the hell is Sonny Mo? Oh, my goodness, man. We got to, because I called him a couple of times. I ain't got him. See if you can get a hold of him, Felix. I'm a little worried.
Okay, I'll try.
All right, Jimmy, so during your tenure there, were you the victim of any infamous rigging? Because a lot of it during the eras that you were there, that went on. Were you a victim of anything, and if so, by who, and what happened?
Yeah, just a little bit, not a whole lot, because, I was one of those guys that didn't like to piss people off, so to speak. I kind of kept quiet.
You don't have to piss nobody off to be the victim of a rig.
Yeah, exactly. But still, I got caught a few times. Owen got me once good. I forget what hotel we were at in some town, and it was about 2:30 in the morning, and the phone rings in my room, and it's somebody saying, this is the front desk, and you're going to have to come down and straighten out some problems with your credit card. I said, well, what's the problem? They said, well, your credit card, there's a problem here. We don't want to discuss it over the phone. You're going to have to come to the front desk to straighten it out. Now, like, I'm in bed now. It's 2:30. I'm like, oh, man, So, I put on a pair of shorts and a T-shirt. I go down to the front desk, and I see the guy there. I said, yeah, somebody from the front desk called me to tell me there was a problem with my credit card. And the guy's like, no. I said, yeah, somebody called and said, nobody called from the front desk, sir, and all this stuff. And I'm like, but, and then, while I'm trying to figure this out, here comes one of the boys down, and he goes, yeah, I'm here because somebody called me and told me my credit card was no good, and so it started to make sense now. We found out that it was Owen just ribbing a few people, calling and telling them their credit cards are no good, claiming to be from the front desk.
Right. Nah, they would do stuff like that. Now, how would you like to be a referee with the product today?
I'm sorry? What was the question?
How would you like to be the WWE today? Would you like to be a referee with the show now, the way it is now?
Yeah, because I think it's changed a little, but it hasn't. It's really weird because the thing I'd like to do now, and it's not try to change things that are there, but try to give, because I think what seems to be lacking in today's, not only, and this isn't just WWE, I think it's all around, I think it's kind of universal, is what's lost is how to utilize your referee as a heel to get genuine heel heat. And I think a lot of it is because there's this mindset that heels today have to be cool. And you know what I mean? I guess maybe I'm thinking kind of a little too old school, but at the same time, you look at certain guys like young guys today, like Seth Rollins. He seems to be getting old school heat in an era where guys aren't. So in a way, I'd like to go back and kind of in a way give back for all the good that I got out of it. You know what I mean? Kind of help some of the young guys along as well. Kind of, not to sound like that guy, but kind of almost mentor some of the young guys and kind of help. And not only
hey guys, just letting you know that we've got Sir Mo on the line now. Sir Mo's joined the conversation.
Oh, cool!
Yay! Go ahead, Jim. Go ahead, Jimmy.
Yeah, go. Oh, continue. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm sorry. By the way, hello, Mo.
Hey, Jimmy, how you doing, bro?
I'm good. How are you?
Man, I'm great.
That's awesome. Well, like I was saying, I'd like to, I see some of the younger guys, and they're all, working hard trying to do their thing, but at the same time, there's little nuances to refereeing. There's little things that I think get lost today that could be utilized. And it's all about helping the match. It's not about, obviously not getting the referee over, because I tell people, I don't think, in all the years that I've refereed, I don't think anybody bought a ticket to see me outside of my family, because we don't draw money. So, it's all about the match and the talent in the ring who are trying to put butts in the seats. And all the referee's job is to help them tell their story so that it's told in a way that's compelling without being a distraction at the same time.
Oh, okay. Hang on 1 second, Jimmy. Sir Mo.
What's up, man?
I've been worried about you. I've been calling you all day, man. You all right, man?
I'm good. I was at treatment and my phone was dead.
Oh, okay.
I just got home and plugged my phone in, and I received that message from Felix, and I looked at the clock like, wow, it is Thursday night, isn't it?
Yeah. Now, my question to you, man, what day are you going to go spend the weekend with my wife?
Me and your wife will be together tomorrow night, buddy.
Oh, tomorrow. Okay, I just want to make sure because, all right, I got your room down there, but I gotta make sure you got it for tomorrow because I was trying to touch base with you find out what day you was getting there, but it's all gravy. I got you. You got a nice room at the Hilton Garden Inn down there in Wilmington, North Carolina. Down the hallway on a different floor. They're my wife, but you're in the same hotel.
Okay. Are you gonna be there?
No.
You gonna make it to Boston?
Yeah, I hope so.
I don't want you sliding out the runway.
Well, you know what? If there's a problem going to Boston, you better slide your big ass over because I'll be there tomorrow night.
That's all right. Ain't nothing like a good menage a trois.
Anyway, so back to you, Jimmy. See, this man finna make me hurt his ass. Back to you, Jimmy. So, I mean, overall, what do you think of the product today? I mean, what would you change if you had the power to do it, or if you was a writer or something?
Yeah, that's a good question. I mean, obviously the business has changed. It's evolved, and I kind of look at it this way because obviously being up here in Canada, hockey is a big deal up here. But I'm a huge NFL fan as well, football. I like basketball, baseball, but I look at those as I look at those from an entertainment standpoint as well, and I see that their business and the way their game is played has evolved and changed, and I always look back to how my dad puts it when I first started with the WWF in the late '80s there. And he would watch the product, and he'd go, "Oh man, that's not wrestling. Back in my day, those guys really fought." You know what I mean? It was like, and then as time goes on, you know, people look back and they say, "Oh man, the Attitude Era was the time when wrestling was really great." Today's quote unquote PG product is not as good as back then, but it's an ever-changing business, and I think. I like aspects of it, and of course, being, like I said, feeling like I'm more of an old school kind of guy. I prefer more in-ring product to talking, but I understand that the WWE specifically is catering to a larger audience and not just the hardcore wrestling fans. So they're trying to draw in a larger, broader audience, and their business model is, let's give them a variety show with a little bit of everything as opposed to, you know, a wrestling show specifically. Like, you'll get a few good matches because they've got some good talent. So you get some good matches, then you'll get some comedy segments, which hopefully are funny. Like some, you know, that's hit and miss. Obviously, every week it's all depending. We'll give them a little bit of the girls. We'll give them a little bit of this. We'll give them a little bit of that. The biggest problem I think they have is there's a lot of television that they do weekly, and that's tough to do. Back in the days when you're doing 1, maybe 2 hours a week, it was a lot easier to tell a continuing story on a weekly basis. Now you've got 3 hours on Monday, you've got 2 hours on Thursday, you've got Superstars, Main Event, NXT, the whole network thing. There's just a lot of it, and I think that's the tough part is there's just too much going on. And back in the day, you know, Saturdays was, like for me up here, Saturdays was my day to sit and watch wrestling. I look forward to Saturdays. Now it's on so much, and I can access it on my computer. I could walk around with my little tablet gimmick and you know, start watching stuff on different devices. It's the business has changed so much. A lot of it for the better, but at the same time, it's kind of hurting it as well.
Oddly enough, I mean, every expert that I've talked to, and in the past year, I've talked to so many, all say the same thing you just said. It's too much. 3 hours worth of Raw that they're struggling every week to fit the programming, and with everything else that you mentioned, I mean, it's just overkill. I mean, I don't understand why, you know, sometimes less is more. People will appreciate it more if they had less of it than the mystique of it. You want to know what's going to happen week to week like it used to be years ago. And, I mean, years ago, the formula was great. especially in the down south region with Jim Crockett. It was almost like the serials of old in the movies, where there was a cliffhanger and you couldn't wait till the next weekend to see what happened. Now it's like, we're going to know what happened 15 minutes from now. So, I mean, WrestleMania would mean so much more if there were less and less product through the year leading up to that pay-per-view.
No, I totally agree with that. And you talked about like the territory days, like you said, Jim Crockett, and everybody had their own territories. You can cater to your audience a lot better that way, because if you're in Florida, for example, you know your audience in Florida, you know what they like. Now, the people in Florida might not like what the people in Louisiana like, or what
right.
people in Texas like. Like, World Class Championship Wrestling, where the Von Erichs were kings, and that might not play well in Minneapolis. So now you like I said, you're trying to book the product to a wider audience, and you're just not going to please everybody. It's impossible to please everybody.
Right. Now, what are some of the things you got going on out there in Canada? I know you got the TV show and you're involved in some things out there, and I'm asking because we're going to be out in Canada coming up the end of April, so love to hook up with you in some fashion. But, what do you got going on out there in Canada these days, man?
Yeah, up here in Canada, the station that airs all the WWE programming, Raw, SmackDown, and also they're the cable provider responsible for bringing the WWE Network to Canada. We do a weekly show. It's kind of like the way I like to refer to it, even though I'm not a big fan of the show, The Walking Dead. I hate to admit it, but it's just not my thing, But they have that after show called The Talking Dead.
The Talking Dead, right?
Yeah, I like to call us the wrestling's version of The Talking Dead. We kind of just, sit around and we talk about what we liked, what we didn't like from the week, from Raw and SmackDown and stuff, and where we like to see things go, and that sort of stuff. We don't tear down that fourth wall, so to speak, because we don't. It's easy there's so many others out there who harp on the creative process and all that sort of stuff, and we don't want to do that. We just comment on the show itself. It's like I always say to people. I said, if I'm watching an episode of Seinfeld or something, and one of the jokes bombs,
right.
I don't say to my wife who's watching it with me, I don't say, well, whoever wrote that joke is an idiot.
Right.
That didn't work. I just look and say, well, that joke didn't work. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's kind of this weird dynamic where in wrestling, especially nowadays, everybody is more critical of the creative process as opposed to just the presentation, because sometimes maybe it isn't the creative process. Maybe it is the way it's presented. So, there's so many factors that go into it. It's not just the cut and dry. And you look, especially today, the big controversy, Daniel Bryan versus Roman Reigns, who's ready and who should be in the main event. I mean, again, it's a matter of opinion,
Well, I got you.
But we're doing that show on a weekly basis. I used to write blogs for their website, but that's not happening for at least now for a little bit. As you mentioned before, I wrote a book, and I'll let you guys know. I'm in the talking stages of possibly a second one. So it's not confirmed, but possibly in the works. Let's just put it that way.
Wow. Okay. All right.
Something I like doing. I found that I like writing. It's really weird.
No, I mean, if you got something to write about, it's got to be quite exciting. And obviously, you have got to be, one of the more accomplished referees. Now, as far as referees go, how'd you get along with Dave and Earl Hebner? I mean, those are two of my favorite refs of all time.
Yeah, those are the guys that took care of me when I first started. I mean, when I first started going on the road, especially, when I first started, it was mainly, in Canada, and right around the Northeast, so to speak, once I started traveling, you know, and going to TVs and stuff like that, it was well, Dave at first, and then when Earl came aboard, when they did the big twin referee deal, it was both of them. You know, I used to try. They took me under their wing and let me travel with them, which was really cool. And you know, they let me ask them every question in the book, pick their brain, and half the stuff I did in the ring, I stole from them.
Yeah,
you know,
okay.
as far as referee style.
If you're gonna steal from somebody, those will be the guys to steal from. But go ahead.
I'm sorry. I missed that.
If you were gonna steal referee tricks from anybody, it would be those guys.
Oh yeah, definitely. And I have to mention too, Timmy White was also really, really, really helpful. You know, it's weird because I don't want to say weird. It was really a great experience because those guys were so giving of themselves, and they didn't have to be. You know what I mean? It's just who they were.
Yeah, they were fantastic.
One more thing.
One
more thing that I got coming up for me personally is in June I'm going to be in New England and believe it or not, I'm getting inducted into the New England Wrestling Hall of Fame.
Well, what a coincidence, because I'm going to be in New England in June in Providence around that same time, so we're actually going to run into each other.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
I will be there in the front row cheering you on, being like, I know that guy. Jimmy Korderas in the Wrestling Hall of Fame. Yes. Mo, you got any questions for Mr. Korderas?
No. I just wanted to know if he was happy and healthy and enjoying life outside of WWE.
Yeah, see that's the hardest thing, Mo. I mean, it's you know, you guys know it's the transition from constant travel to sudden no travel is a big adjustment. You're used to basically living out of a suitcase. You guys know this. You're basically used to living out of a suitcase and then going to being home every night, and you're going, man, you know, you're looking for stuff to do.
Oh, yeah.
What am I going to do? And you know, God bless my wife. She had to put up with me for the first few months of getting, you know, reacquainted with the house, so to speak. But after a while, you go, you know what? As much as I still love wrestling and and it's still in my blood, it's good to be home. It's good to be, you know, nothing's more important than family.
Right.
And it's great to be with family, and thankfully I'm healthy. I could do with a little less of this darn cold we got up here and snow, but other than that, I got no complaints, man. I mean, I've been blessed with a wonderful career and getting to meet wonderful people like you guys, and God bless Nelson too, who you know, when he came back as Big Daddy V. It's funny because, you know, we were friends before that, but we formed kind of a bond when he came back in the last few years that he was there in the WWE. And, you know, we talked about Owen before. There's another guy with a big heart. And, you know, I miss Nelson to this day. What a great guy. Quick story, it was funny because we ended up, I don't know, I can't remember the circumstances of how this happened, but we ended up, Nelson, the Great Khali, and myself were taken from, I want to say from Green Bay, Wisconsin, or from Minneapolis, Minnesota to Green Bay, Wisconsin, from one TV to another. So they hired a limo to take Nelson and Khali, and they allowed me to ride along with them. And it was just this is a fun trip, you know. Stories and that sort of stuff was so cool.
So you know that Jimmy actually got to get in the ring and wrestle a little bit too?
Oh, really?
Oh, who, me? I had. It's weird. I had one match up here. There's a local promotion here in Toronto called Smash Wrestling, and they they approached me about doing one match, and I said, guys, let's be honest. I've been a referee for many years, but I'm not a worker. You know what I mean? And if you want me to do a match, it's not going to be, I'm not going to be chain wrestling or anything like that. If you want it to be, I wanted it to be more like a Bobby Heenan thing.
Right.
You know what I mean? I wanted it to be kind of comedy, but I pulled out a couple of moves. But what I did was I basically just did a few signature things like the Roddy Piper eye poke and and stuff like that. And there was actually I stole something from The Rock. I did the rest elbow, and that's about it.
I love it. I love it.
But you know what? It's cool. And after it was all said and done, I said to myself, "Boy, what a great choice being a referee all those years." Because I don't know, obviously being a professional wrestler it takes a special person. I'll tell you that much. And I don't know how many people who haven't done it understand that. And I always did, but once you try it too, it's even almost like a renewed appreciation, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I can't remember who it was. I remember the day after you left WWE, somebody posted something on Facebook. They were upset, because their friend just lost his job or whatever, and which leads me to this one question, because it really pissed this person off. But when the time came for you to leave, right?
Mm-hmm.
How stressful was that?
It was and it wasn't, because the circumstances surrounding it were, at the time, my father was very sick, and that's, that which led to me taking an extended period of time away from the WWE.
Right.
And you guys know, if your heart's not into it, why continue? Do you know what I mean?
Right.
Your mind's just not there. And and it's not like you don't have that passion. It's just that something has pushed it to the side.
Right.
That makes sense. So, in that sense, it didn't make it as difficult. It's more. It was more difficult when you watch and you see all your friends there, and you're going, man, I miss my friends.
Right.
See, I miss the people. I miss the performing.
Right.
I do not miss the travel one bit, though.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? At times I do miss it, but at other times I you know what? 22 years. That's not a bad. That's not a bad deal.
No.
Like I said, I've been blessed, so I have really no complaints.
Yeah, well, the biggest thing that runs through everybody's mind when you work there and then all of a sudden you find yourself not working there, for some people it's like losing a Wall Street job, and the first thing they want to do is put a bullet in their head because they're thinking, well, man, I just lost this great job making all this great money. How am I going to continue the lifestyle that I have without this job?
Yeah, I know. I get it is a tough transition, but like I said, because of the circumstances surrounding it, with my father's illness, kind of almost taking center stage away from the anxiety of not working there anymore.
Right.
In a weird kind of way, it almost helped the transition.
Right. I got you.
Yeah.
It was as bad as the situation it was a very good distraction, in other words.
Yes. That's I guess the perfect way to put it.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you got through it. I'm glad you picked yourself up, dust your feet off, and moving forward. And I'm glad you're healthy, wealthy, and wise today, and I hope something transpires with that second book.
Yeah, well, I appreciate it. And like I said before, a lot of it has to do with the support you get from family, and I'm again blessed to have that. So I do get pushed a little bit. Sometimes I need a little extra boost from the better half, and
right.
Right.
So, it's kind of hard to go and proceed and pursue something if the better half is standing back in the back with their arms folded like, no. But it makes it a lot easier when she's like, honey, go ahead. You can do it. I got confidence in you. Anything you've ever tried, you've always been successful. This should be no exception. So, do it.
Oh no, so, absolutely agree. That little bit of encouragement sometimes is all you need.
It means a lot. Yeah, I think I threw away a couple of wives because I couldn't get that from them. You're out of here. I mean,
like I said, I need you to
right. I need you to support me and push me, not tell me what I can't do.
Right.
Right. And I need you to encourage me to be all that I can be. And I know it's not the military or whatever, but I need encouragement. Not discouragement.
Right. Absolutely.
Thank God you got a better half that's encouraging, not discouraging.
Yeah. Like I said, one of the other things I've been fortunate with, and we got married. I had already been working for WWF at the time for probably about 12 years before we got married. So kind of knew what we were getting going into it. So it wasn't like a shock. Like, how many days are you on the road? She
right.
knew. She knew.
Okay. Well, good. Well, thank God it's lasting this long, man.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, all right.
Well, Jimmy, thanks, man. We appreciate this. You've got some great stories, a great lineage. You're one of the greatest referees of all time. We're looking forward. You need to write a second and a third book. Continue to do what you're doing up there. And, man, we're going to see you soon. We're going to be there. We're going to be there to support you in Providence because we are on that event.
That's awesome. I'm looking forward to seeing you guys, man. This is going to be fun. I'm looking at some of the other names that are going to be there. This is going to be one hell of a reunion.
Nah, man,
yes, sir.
It's going to be, we're going to be pulling ribs and eating ribs. So, yeah, we're going to be having a good time.
Yeah, I want to hear a new rap from Oscar when we're there, too.
Yes.
You would have heard a new one in Toronto on your show, but that's a whole other story. God bless you, man.
I know. We'll get into that another time, unfortunately, yeah.
All right, man. You take care of yourself.
You too, guys. Thank you so much for having me on. It's really great talking to you. I really appreciate you having me on.
Thanks for coming, man. Appreciate you.
All right. Thanks, guys.
All right.
Bye, Jimmy.
Take care, guys.
Where is Mimi?
You know what? She home. She got home, safe and sound, packing her bags for the next jaunt down south. I don't know what made her thought she had a night off. I told her black ass she ain't had no night off.
Oh my goodness.
See,
well, you better not make that woman mad before she make that trip.
No, she ain't on. She ain't on right now. So I can talk all kind of smack. I don't know what make her think she got a night off every week. What she think this is? This ain't no damn part-time job.
Hey man, you know I'm gonna tell her tomorrow. I'm gonna be buttered up, girl. You know what I was saying about you on the radio?
Negro, you gonna keep your damn mouth shut.
Man, I'm gonna say, Mimi, Girl, what are you crying about?
You know what? You go to hell.
If I was your man, I'd be making love to you constantly.
Shut the hell up. You better keep your greasy hands off my wife, you fat bastard.
Hey, man.
Hey,
you still in L.A.?
Yeah.
You still in L.A.?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll see you in L.A. Tomorrow. She'll be in North Carolina. I'm going to get to the hotel early.
I got the leader. Yeah, you're going to be pushing the tent outside fooling with me. Don't play with me, Mo. You got a rude awakening. You're going to knock on that door with a bottle of wine and some high hopes, and it's going to be me answering the door.
Man, I'm coming with a fruit basket. I don't know what you're talking about.
I like bananas and mangoes and some melons.
Edible underwear.
Yeah, all right. Well, I'm going to lick it right off your black ass.
I'm going to stop at Victoria's Secret on the way.
You stop at Victoria's Secret. I got your Victoria's Secret. Get some
of that smell good. Get some of that smell good.
All right. That's all right. I'll be smelling like I'll be having my Valvoline oil in my hair. Be like, rub this on me, big boy.
Hey man, you know it's so great to be single.
Oh, shit.
That means you can do whatever you want to do.
I ain't doing a damn thing. We're finna cuss your black ass out.
Hey man, you going to WrestleMania?
You know what? I'm not feeling it. I don't think so.
Gentlemen, let's get our composure together because the lady of the show is now joined us, the one and only Miss Dreamy Mimi.
Hey guys.
You hear Mo on here talking about you.
Hey.
What? Hey, no. See, okay, what's the hey for?
Hey.
Mo on here talking about you.
What you talking about me?
Listen here. I was just telling Oscar I was gonna stop and get a fruit basket and some Victoria's Secrets on my way to Wilmington tomorrow. You know.
And I hope you and your man date have a good time with it too.
Hey. Oscar was talking about you. Said he told you couldn't have a day off. What the hell wrong with you is what he said. I told him I was gonna tell you.
You know what? I ain't studying him.
He was talking bad about you. I'm telling you. I got a witness, too.
Honey, you would have believed him.
I got a witness. I ain't even going to put him in the middle of it. I wouldn't put Phillips in the middle of it like that, but I got a witness. That's all I'm going to say.
Well, the way I see it is that's an A and B conversation, and I'm going to see my ass on out of that conversation.
What they didn't think about is all I have to do is go listen to it.
Exactly.
See,
it's on demand. Yeah.
That's right, chicken boy.
Yeah. So anyway, what happened in the world of wrestling? I mean, we know we ain't got the news, but you can fill us in on what's going on.
I can't fill you in on nothing but hell right about now.
Oh, you can't fill us in on nothing,
girl. Don't do it.
He's like, don't do it.
Don't do it. Don't do it. We just gonna let his mind wander. You know, tomorrow night he's gonna be calling you. He's gonna be texting me, and neither one of us is gonna answer the phone, and he's just gonna be losing his mind.
Oh boy.
That dude gonna want to leave California walking.
You are
something tells me Mimi's going to be on the Coca Cabana show this weekend.
I see that dude getting a red eye tonight.
I've already left L.A. He's on his way to Boston. I'm already back in Chicago.
See, he'll be all right. He'll be all right.
Y'all all keep bragging about where I'm at, where she at, where you at. We all gonna be in the same damn place. Y'all keep bucking with me. It ain't nothing but changing the ticket.
Hey man, we got cameras on our phones just in case you want some photographs.
Yeah, that's okay. I got your photographs.
You go to Boston and make that video that we need.
Yeah, okay. I'll make a video. Yeah, all right, y'all. Y'all, y'all. Woo!
Yeah.
Anyway,
he's tongue-tied and twisted. Man, this is a sloppy match, man.
Yeah, it is. Now, I don't know. I don't know why they keep torturing us with these chicks.
Oh, no. Anyway, it's torture. Mimi, did you watch Raw this week?
I only got to see parts of it.
Yeah.
Because with the whole time difference and figuring out what comes on at what time, I was an hour and a half late for Raw.
I got you. I was about 37 minutes late for the radio program tonight, so don't feel bad. I'm telling you, if Phyllis had to send me a message, I would still not be done called in. I totally forgot the day was Thursday. I forgot.
Well, I got to ask you guys all a question. Do you guys feel that Medusa, Alundra Blaze, is a good fit for the Hall of Fame this year?
Oh, my Jesus, man. You know what? I think, had she not thrown that belt in the trash can, she should have went in before Trish Stratus and Lita and Sonny and all of those, and I understand why she didn't go in so early. But, it does surprise me, though, that they put that behind them and, they're letting her in.
They actually highlighted that as one of the most controversial moments in wrestling history.
Right.
I don't know. They certainly have. I mean, the things that people get forgiven for, I mean, it's like some things they never let slide, but some of the most egregious things that ever happened, all of a sudden it's like, it's okay, you go to the Hall of Fame. I mean, that should have got her blackballed forever.
Well, yeah, I would think so.
They don't get no more lowdown than that, do it?
I didn't think so. I think that was the one thing they was trying to prevent Bret Hart from doing when they did the thing back in the day. The Montreal Screwjob.
The Montreal Screwjob, right.
Yeah.
Wow, man, I don't know. So, I feel like this. So, if she gets forgiven for that, whatever I did, y'all can forgive me and show brothers some love.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm saying.
Y'all still mad at me for all them ass whoopings I took. I tell you what.
You know what? Well, here's the funny part about it, okay? See, now think about this. I might be wrong, and at my time it might be wrong, but you remember when Shawn Michaels went into the Hall of Fame?
Yep.
Yeah.
Did Sonny go in that same year?
Yes.
Okay. So Kevin Nash is going in the Hall of Fame this year?
Yeah.
That hasn't been announced, but it's pretty much he's the last one.
Alundra Blaze going into the Hall of Fame this year?
Yes.
Yeah. She was confirmed Monday.
Sounds like another couples reunion. You remember? They were dating.
You know what? See, why do you think I stuck around that place so long before I left? I was oblivious to a lot of that stuff that was going on. I didn't know. I didn't want to know. You knew more stuff that was going on than me, because I knew to look the other damn way.
Yeah, they were dating, and then when they broke up, she started talking to Ron Harris, and we were at Madison Square Garden, and Shawn Michaels was talking shit about her, and Ron and Don Harris cornered Shawn Michaels in the dressing room and were going to beat his ass. I remember that.
And soon after, Ron and Don Harris wasn't there no more, were they?
You're exactly right.
Yeah, see. They were Eli and Jacob Blue, the Blue Brothers.
Yep. But there was, Julie Hart actually told me a story about how, they were, the Bertha Faye, I guess, let's just say Bertha got something over on Medusa, and Medusa was just not having it. Those two, I guess they really treated Bertha pretty bad during that time because she was a big woman. And let's just say that Medusa never really liked to get ribbed, and she got ribbed pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, she got ribbed really good.
Yeah.
Her rib goes down as one of the most disgusting, grossest things on the planet. But see, here's the thing, though. Who Medusa was seeing at that particular time had everybody in that locker room shook. You remember who her boyfriend was when she first came in?
When she first came?
When she first came. Greg the Hammer Valentine.
That's right. Sure was.
Didn't nobody want that kind of static? See, when they defecated in the bag, they stole the belt. They were more, and management was more concerned about the belt being stolen than what they replaced the belt in her gym bag with, which that whole thing. And Greg the Hammer Valentine was looking at everybody like, when I find out who did this, I am going to beat your ass. He even looked at me, and I'm like, I don't know what you're looking at me for. I get rich. I don't give them. All right, so don't even, Yeah, he was down there that day, and he didn't appreciate that at all.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
So, yeah,
some of the girls paid the price.
Yeah. They paid the price, but she was, give her props. She was a hell of a worker. I mean, that damn.
Of course.
They showing her right now. Yeah, that Deborah Michelli. She was one of the best.
Yeah, she was definitely.
But she wasn't nothing wrong. I mean, she didn't deserve the kind of stuff. That generation era took women to a whole new level. They just did. What the hell these clowns doing on here now? Get out the damn ring, imitating my damn gimmick, you black sexual bastard. Anyway.
A new day.
Oh Lord. I can't even watch it. I just turned my channel.
I just muted mine, man.
Yeah, but in all seriousness, though, I mean, she deserved it. I don't see how under the circumstances, but at the same time, she didn't deserve that at all. How she even stayed a day after that is amazing. But, I mean, all of us that were victims of the ribs that went overboard, we saw the big picture, so we stayed. But they took really, too far. It's one thing to do a practical joke, but to just downright disgustingly hurt somebody or do something else just downright, I mean, that they would go too far.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, they could.
Yeah. I can't say that I suffered any kind of ribs like that, that was disgusting like that. I don't know if it was because somebody was scared to do it or what, but
that's exactly what I was going to say. They was kind of scared of you.
Yeah.
Because they didn't know. You know what it was? The reason why you guys didn't have those kind of problems was because of that same reason we almost got fired and we had that meeting, because they couldn't figure y'all two out. They didn't know what to make of y'all. That's what that whole thing was really all about.
Yeah.
They quiet, they keep to themselves So when we say the wrong thing, they're going to slap the damn taste out of our mouth, especially that big one.
You remember he was sitting there in that office. We done got fired. He talking about with his arms folded. I ain't coming here to make friends, man. I'm thinking.
Oh, God, I wish you would shut the hell up. Do you see what's going on? We're getting booted out the door right now. And you ain't making us no better. Sitting there with his arms folded, looking at Vince, not even cracking a smile, talking about, wait a minute. Why are you saying? I don't want to misquote nobody.
I ain't coming here to make no friends.
I ain't coming here to make no friends.
I'm thinking to myself, you idiot, you.
Yeah, I'm trying to campaign to keep the job. He's standing there, he's sitting there with his arms folded. Damn near got Vince peeing in his pants as it is, and you looked at him straight in his face. All right, and then he had that intimidating low voice too. I ain't come here to make friends.
Yep.
Oh. All right, well, if you want to make a career or keep your job, I advise you to shut the hell up right now and follow my lead, you big guru. Like, you see what's going on, man? You finna get us sent the hell home. They finna shake and they hands finna shake. Giving us plane tickets to go home if you don't shut the hell up. And I mean right now.
Right. It was funny. Yeah, he was dead serious too, man.
Yeah, he was dead serious. What the hell wrong with you?
He ain't cracked no kind of smile.
I mean, just sit there, just sit in the corner, meat mugging everybody. He was doing that kind of stuff. Now that I'm thinking about it, sitting in the corner, me mugging everybody. He didn't like me when we first met, to be honest.
Oh, Lord have mercy. When you think about it, that was funny because that's the truth, man.
Yeah, I know the truth. You think I don't know that? Then here's my favorite part. After I saved the situation, we sat in the bleachers talking about it. Then you're gonna be like, a lot of that was some shit you done, Oscar. I'm like, you hear your big snuffleupagus? I just saved your purple last shot. Let me get the hell out of here before I say something to get myself in trouble.
Oh, my God. You stupid, man.
Are you aware of your surroundings? Did you see what just happened? Did you see how the situation went down? And you going to look at me with a straight face and say something like that? You big and crazy, ain't you? But see, in retrospect, I figured it out. See, what I did not know, that nigga was high. Great period. The nigga was high when he was talking to Vince. That nigga was high when he recognized that his job got saved. And the nigga was high when he was addressing the fellas. I'm like, all right, so you finna run everybody out this damn room and this shit to be over. That's what I can't hold in my hand. It's all finna come to an end. That's it. This nigga finna get us all sent home before we get our first big check. The dream was only 15 minutes of fame, according to Nelson. Well, Oscar, do you think you could turn heel? Well, personally, Vince, man, I don't think he can do it. I'm like, you know what? Thanks a lot. I wish they would stop showing these other Negroes in the stands dancing while they in there acting a damn fool. Y'all making it even worse. You know, I ain't never watching Jack down no more.
What's wrong, man?
Dreamy, you still here? Dreamy?
She is in the bathroom. She might want to went on mute.
She went to the bathroom.
I just wanted to see if she was watching that because that was some nonsense right there. Yeah, but yeah, I mean, yeah, your main man Nelson, he God bless him, love him to death, but he was something else. Go around just intimidating everybody.
Yeah, every time. You know, when I think of Nelson, you know what I think of?
What's that?
That song that says, "Because I Got High."
Oh, because of, yeah.
You know the song.
Yep. Hey, did you know I saw a clip last night after the man slapped the hell out of a girl that was on stage?
Yeah.
Lord, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I made Vince pee in his pants because I got high. Because I got high. We almost lost our job in W because I got high. I said, stop, bam, bam, big and low. Because of the smoke that I blow. Because I got high. Because I was high. I fell out in Israel, man, because I got high.
He's stupid. He was so
put
stupid.
well done in the hospital because I got high. I even plucked out the Undertaker's eye because I got high. Because I got high.
You were so stupid, man.
Oh.
That's crazy.
I'm trying to tell you.
What else is going on in the wrestling world? Hey, Felix.
Yes, sir.
Felix, what do you think about all this? What do you think about all this stuff about Bill DeMott?
Well, I have to agree that it looks to be very true to me. I mean, at this point, there's a good and a bad to it. I mean, the good is training to be a professional wrestler is not something that's going to be very easy. But at the same time, if you're going to be a coach, it's not good for you to sit there and berate your talent, call them a fag or call them a bitch because you can't do something, make them work while they're injured, and if they can't work while they're injured, call them homophobic names or whatever.
Right.
Yeah, here's the thing.
I was going to say, man, anyway, asshole.
Because I'm high.
Here's the thing, right? Why people acting like this is all something new? This was the same reason he got fired years ago the first time.
Yeah.
He got fired once before when they had the developmental thing in Atlanta when Jody Hamilton was over. Remember that? He got fired then. This is the way he treats talent. It ain't nothing new. He's always been an asshole. Everybody knows that.
Yeah.
But see, ain't it a thing where people need to have thicker skin? You're training to be a wrestler. It's tantamount to not even a boot camp, but it's sort of like it. So if somebody's hard on you and sticks and stones and they calling you names or whatever, think of all the people that got called names. They got to be better, making it up to the big time, making all that money. I mean, what's the thing where, they traded a bunch of babies. He called me names. He said I was a homo because I couldn't take that bump. I mean, come on, where's your spine? You join the military, they're going to do worse than that. You haze at a college, they're going to do worse than that.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not saying he's right for doing what he was doing, but I'm just saying that we just live in a society where things are blown way out of proportion. Do you know what they want to do now, Felix? They want to take elephants out of the circus. What the hell kind of nonsense? This is the world we live in. I mean, and what they want to do, it gets worse. What they want to do, speaking of PETA, the protection and ethical treatment of animals, they would like it when there were no animals in the circus whatsoever. What the hell kind of circus? They have no animals.
Right.
Yeah. In the 100-year existence that Ringling Brothers and Barnum and Bailey Circus has been around, and they've been around, seriously, all kidding aside, for a century. They've had elephants, they've had tigers, they had this, that, and the other. Now, all of a sudden, in 2014, we can't have elephants. What the hell kind of society is this? Who are you to say now we can't have elephants when we have had elephants in the circus for the last damn 100 years?
Yeah. I agree.
You know what I say? I say, Jesus, start the rapture because they done all lost their damn minds.
Lord, don't listen to him.
I mean, it's really bad.
Well, you're right. Some people just ask for too much, man.
Man, it's just some things, and I'm 51 years old, but it's just some things that I just find it almost impossible just to fathom, let alone understand. I just don't get it. I mean, I saw that in the news this morning, and I'm one of those kind of people nowadays, nothing surprises me, but I was just shocked by that. I'm like, oh, come on. So, anyway, all right, so, you're doing this thing down in North Carolina. To your knowledge, Mo, what exactly are you doing? Tell us all about it.
Man, you know what? I don't have a whole lot of detail other than I'm showing up Saturday morning, setting up a table right next to Ivan Koloff, and then there's like a fan festival thing from 10 a.m. in the morning to 5 o'clock in the afternoon, and then I think they come back later, 7 or 8 o'clock, and they got some kind of dinner for Jim Korderas. Which I'm reserving comment on the rest of that.
You know what? It's free. Here's a comment on it. It's free food.
I want to participate.
It's free food. You can't ask for no more.
Well, you're right, but I'm not dressing up, so.
No, you know what? Who ain't gonna dress up? I keep telling you, anybody. You don't ever see anybody dress up for anything in the world of wrestling.
Well, you know me. I wear sandals everywhere I go.
Yeah, well, go ahead and wear sandals to the Jim Korderas dinner. He got something to say. You kick his ass with your toes.
Well, man, you know me, man. I got a real nasty attitude, so I'm gonna try to remain professional.
All right. Well, you representing the Water Equilibrium group when you go to do this among yourself. So please try to be at least a little PC.
Yeah, whatever. I ain't part of Water Equilibrium.
Oh God!
Ain't nobody made me part of that. I'm representing Boxy Home. I'm representing Boxy Home. 1/3 of been on a mission. 1/3 have been on a mission.
One at Equilibrium is sponsoring you to go down there.
I ain't getting no consulting fee. They ain't sponsoring shit. Yeah. Ain't nobody gave me no money. Ain't nobody gave me no money. Ain't nobody gave me no money. Ain't nobody paid for my transportation. Ain't nobody gave me no payoff.
Oh,
man,
God.
that man, you better kill that noise.
Yo, you better kill that noise.
When I get a consultant fee, I'll worry about who I'm representing. If I ain't getting a paycheck,
I got your consultant fee.
I got shut up. Just shut up, chicken man.
Hello, a referee is Mimi on the line because this nigga talking crazy.
Chicken man, because I got high. Hey man, I'm gonna be on my best behavior. I promise. I promise.
Some kind of reason that just don't make me feel no better.
I'm gonna use codes, man. Just know that. I'm gonna use
that's just for some reason I just don't have that warm feeling in my heart after you say that.
Which part? That I'm gonna be on my best behavior. Man, I promise. I'm gonna be nice.
Oh my God!
You know I can act up in front of Mimi. Mimi's gonna be there. I can't act up in front of Mimi. You know she keep me square.
You right. You can't act up in front of me.
See, there you go.
Because I don't know whether you heard him just now, but he was talking cash trash about how.
What?
Oh, God help me.
Cash trash. I was talking cash trash?
Just now.
What did I say that was cash trash?
Leave me alone, man.
That's what I thought. Okay, chicken and waffle boy.
Yeah, whatever. I'm just going to pray to the Lord.
Get up, take your ass to Jack in the Box.
Yeah.
With your burrito.
Mimi, tell us, how was your flight from LA to Chicago?
Yeah, how's the weather in Chicago?
Yeah, how was the flight, too?
How was it landing?
Oh, man, she be coming in and out. Unless she just ignoring us. That's possible.
She could be ignoring your ass.
Trying to get her in the discussion.
Hey, dude. Hey, Oscar.
What?
Be quiet, man. Don't say nothing. Just listen. You might hear some talking in the background.
You're going to learn how to kiss my ass, okay?
It's some dude at your crib, man. It's Kevin Hart. Kevin Hart at your house, man. Him and Jamie Smooth.
Him and Jamie Smooth. Wow, okay.
Yeah, man, you gotta watch them guys. You have to watch them guys. Right? Yeah. Yeah, they just did a segment with him on TV. He can't talk, well, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. You need to go teach him how to talk. Go talk for him, dog.
I ain't gonna finna go talk for no damn body.
All right, what else is going on, man? So we got this one equilibrium little table thing here at the thing in Wilmington, and then what's next after that?
Yeah, we going down to Cauliflower Alley, dog. Cauliflower Alley Club, the 50th anniversary.
Yeah. Okay, that's cool. Is there something going on all day, every day?
I guess I haven't seen the schedule.
Okay, I really need to get that so I can plan, plan some activities. Like,
well, the plan is we actually scheduled to come in there like a day or two before it starts.
Yeah, we're coming in on Sunday the 12th, right?
No, we don't look like it. Looked like we trying to come in probably Friday the 10th.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, nobody told me that.
Oh, I'm sorry. We'll really wake you up for the important meetings.
Right.
Yeah, we're gonna have a photo shoot. We're gonna have a Not Your Mama's photo shoot, a One Equilibrium photo shoot, and a Men on a Mission photo shoot while we're there. And we also gonna be having a reception, which is gonna be at a different hotel So we got to get there a day or two ahead of time to prepare for that. We having our own reception.
Okay. All right. Well, y'all need. Okay. Well, give me the information now.
Yeah, we need to get there early because Dreamy is in charge of putting the reception stuff together. So we need to see what kind of, because she laid that room out. We had a very small reception here in LA last week, but she laid that room out. So she's going to have 10 times the space in Vegas that she had in LA. We had a nice size suite. We had it, but the suite, we didn't have one of them high roller suites in Vegas that, like 50, 60 people could fit in. It's going to be real nice. So I can't wait to see what she do with that room.
Okay. Okay. All righty then. Okay.
So and then
you got the New Jersey thing on the 13th, right? June.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. And we got to decide what to do about the 4th of July because that's still kind of up in the air. We got two choices.
Okay.
We got to decide whether or not we want to go back to Jersey, or we got to see what kind of deal that David Hero is going to offer us to come to Illinois, at the Chicago area, because he's having something at Six Flags. Oh, and something came in yesterday, but I got to find out when. This summer, we're supposed to make multiple appearances in Tampa, but I think for those, they're going to actually want you to wrestle.
For who?
Your guess is as good as mine. I'll get the name of the promotion and let you know, but I do know they're in Tampa. And the guy is a real Men on a Mission fan, so he's trying to put together some stuff right now.
Okay. All righty. Okay. Well, what they got
go ahead and bring it to your close tonight, guys?
What's going on Pipe Bomb Radio?
Well, this Tuesday night, we've got Brother Love coming to the show.
Okay.
I'm actually going to tune in for that because I love Bruce Pritchard. I'm a Brother Love fan, and I'm actually going to listen to that.
And who knows, maybe somewhere down the line, maybe this summertime, we can get Brother Love to show some love on the Not Your Mama's radio show.
Yeah, I'll definitely.
Who did you have on this past week? Glacier.
This Tuesday night we had Glacier on, one amazing guy, great storyteller, just an all-around good guy. He's talking about the new DDP facility. DDP's working on building a new DDP yoga facility out there in Georgia, where people can come in and work out, do sessions of DDP yoga with the likes of DDP, maybe even Glacier, Stevie Richards, and a few others who are certified.
Right. I got you.
Yeah, it was a good show.
I guess that DDP yoga thing is taking off.
Yeah, no, it is. I thought. All right, so here's the mandate. We're going to all work on this. Starting in a couple of weeks, we're going to work on back having the 2 guest minimum on the show because this is what happens when you run out of nothing. We are going to call it a night. The fastest 2 hours of radio is over, just a tad bit early. Mo, I will be calling you in a few minutes. We got off-site conversation. Felix, thank you for hosting us out here in LA the last 2 weeks and being with us at Lucha Underground. We will straighten out that other business. And for all our fans out there, see y'all next Thursday. Good night.
Good night, guys.
Good night. Love you, Mo. Good night, Felix.
I'll see you tomorrow, Mimi.
Good night, Mimi.
See you tomorrow.
Okay, as soon as I get you, Mimi, Mimi, as soon as I get you talking to your husband, I'll call you, okay?
Okay.
All right, baby.
See you tomorrow, Mimi.
Night, Felix.
Night.